is the first page of the website for Quincy Community Action. When I went to the last hearing, I was offered the chance. The judge said to me, you should, why don't you try talking to Quincy Community Action? And I did. I did that. And the lady, it seems to me, and I talked to her, she seemed nice. She could not get the lawyer to address the situation without getting before the judge again, so we went before the judge again. The lawyer stood there and told, the lawyer, Teresa Cano, stood there and told one vicious, hateful, knowledgeable lie after another, and was literally did not stop lying the entire time. And was trying to portray me as being this really, really awful person. I mean, it was sickening. It was sickening what she was planning to do, what the property management was planning to do. And then as soon as she was done talking, the judge looked over at the Quincy Community Action woman, and the Quincy Community Action woman said, "Well, it looks like we're going to try to have to settle this as quickly as possible." And she just stood there. She stabbed me in the back. She did, and I look at her kind of surprised. The judge looks at me, I had an entirely pleasant and polite and normal conversation with the Quincy Community Action woman, and there she was, right? And there she was, just totally selling me out in front of the judge. I didn't know what to do. I hadn't expected it. The judge, we get the continuance for 2 weeks. The lady from Quincy Community Action, she came to my apartment. She sat here. We had a pleasant conversation. She rubbed her nose a few times. She said she had worked with that lawyer before, had worked with Teresa Cano before. And it just basically, I definitely got the feeling that she was not necessarily, on my side, even though she has absolutely no reason whatsoever to help the lawyer crucify me in court. I mean, I have been polite. I have not filled up her voicemail with messages. I certainly was not doing that at the Turkey Quijano law firm even before the first hearing. I mean, I had left several messages kind of at the very beginning, and then I had stopped doing that because I saw how obnoxious they were. But even by the second hearing, I had already stopped doing that. By the first hearing, I had already stopped doing that, and by the second one, I certainly hadn't been doing it. I mean, literally every single word that Teresa Quijano said was a total lie. I mean, in the first hearing, the only thing I had gotten wrong about in terms of what she was lying about was that they had in fact answered my motion to compel discovery, but it was a total non-answer, and they didn't even include documents that they said that they were going to include. I mean, they are not planning to tell the truth about anything, and not planning even to follow the process that they're supposed to follow. It is totally out of control, and it seems to me the Quincy Community Action woman said she would try to talk to the lawyer to get a mutual termination of lease. I've talked to her a couple times on the phone since she's had a chance to talk to the lawyer, and I am not getting the feeling that she is planning to settle this out of court. I am not getting that feeling from her. She hasn't called me back. She hasn't set up a time. She hasn't said, I get the feeling that she is planning to just let this go to the hearing, and then stand there in front of the judge and possibly just totally sell me out again, even though she has no reason to do that. I mean, I have been looking for apartments. I've had kind of a tough time. Because there's not, I don't know who am I going to get to rent to me with the conglomerate treating me the way that it is. I've had people lie to me. I've definitely paid application fees. And then been at places where they said online that they had one bedrooms available. I show up and they say no, we don't have anything, even though their own website says that they do. I mean, I've had just one bad experience after another looking for a place to live, but I have certainly been entirely appropriate with the woman who works at this place. And I am not getting the feeling that she is planning to settle out of court. I am not getting the feeling that she is planning to do anything except, let the lawyer from the other place, let the lawyer for the property management just stand there in front of the judge and lie and try to get me out in 10 days. Instead, and I have been totally polite and totally pleasant and entirely reasonable with this Quincy Community Action woman, and I have set up. I'm gonna try to go to the housing clinic tomorrow that the housing authority that helped me get the voucher has set up for tomorrow. And it's really totally out of control, and yet that is certainly the feeling that I'm getting from this. That is certainly the feeling that I'm getting from this. That I'm getting totally screwed by this person, by the person who works at this place. And I think perhaps they have their own motivations. I think perhaps she is just someone who she just I don't know. But it's not unusual with social services, though. It is not unusual with social services that they do not really help the clients, and are willing to just, you know, let them get totally screwed. And I'm sorry if I'm using strong language, but I have literally absolutely done everything, you know, that I was asked to do by the judge. I have not done anything wrong. I have, you know, they've continued to harass me, obviously, because you could see that from last week. And this woman should help me to settle out of court. I left her one voicemail saying, look, you need to tell me what's going on, because either I need to be preparing my defense for this hearing that's going to happen this Thursday, or I need to be looking for apartments, right? Because and I still have not gotten a phone call from her telling me what's going to happen. My guess is that she's planning to let this go to court, you know, without telling me that that's what she's going to do, and it's just going to be a total nightmare. That is definitely the feeling I'm getting from this, and there is no reason for that. There is no reason for that.